went down there. It was the first Sunday that started out. I went down there about 7 o'clock at night, and I got turned away by highway patrols. There's like 7 of them. They shine a spotlight in my truck and everything, asked for identification. So I gave that to them. They told me, you know, not to come back around because it's very important business. So I said, okay. Then I went on around through Elk and tried to get a little closer, but they had one in the middle of the road there, so I turned around. I just came back to Bellmead, where I live.
The first day we got here,
but
we were
I think, you know, I don't think people are really going to give up. I think they're there to stay because they've been there since the 1950s. And the old people, I mean, the young people might give up, but the old people, it's like they're home. I mean, that's all they know their whole life. They're pretty well to stay there. My dad, he used to go out there, go fishing, and he talked to the people and everything. Ate with them. He said they were nice people. They didn't, you know, they didn't mess with anybody or nothing. They stayed to themselves. They're real peaceful people. I mean, I don't know why this happened.
Yeah.
But I think if they would have had the sheriff come out there, you know, and talk to them instead of all the ATF people coming out there, I mean, it scared them. All the ATF people coming out there with guns and
storm the place, 150.
So they open up on them, you know.
It sounds like self-defense to me.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they climbed up on that roof and knocked that window out and started trying to shoot in there.
Yeah.
That's when the 4 ATF officers got killed. But I mean, if it happened to me, you know, all them ATF people coming out of horse trailers, you know, coming after me, I mean, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a common thread in all of this, from Oklahoma City to the World Trade Center bombing to, of course, Waco. They always destroy the evidence and don't let locals in to document anything. What do they have to hide? If this was some murderous cult, as the TV shows told us, then what did they have to hide? Why do they always destroy the remains? This building was burnt to the ground, but they still bulldozed the entire foundation and pushed it up in a heap, in a monument to the wreckage of the police state. Welcome to the New World Order. We're standing at the entrance to the underground bus, the bunker that they had built because they believed in times of tribulation they would need something like this. Well, they ran over with the tanks and crushed the entrance so they couldn't get in to their underground bunker. And as a result, the men, women, and children died. Also, one of the tanks drove inside the structure, and this is even admitted to by the FBI, and there was a inside area where they stored food and things that was concrete, and they thought that was the safest area because most of the structure was wood right over there. They drove directly in and pumped CS gas, a banned form of chemical weapon, point-blank range into children's faces. They don't make gas masks that fit 2- and 3- and 4-year-old children, my friends. This is incredible. No matter what propaganda you want to believe, those babies did not deserve to be murdered by the black ski mask thugs. I didn't come out in the trial. You're some kind of provocateur. In fact, you're one of those FBI agents, aren't you?
Hey, we're in the middle of one of our interviews right now.
I know personally, I don't give a damn.
Well, I don't give a damn about you either. So
Oh, yeah, you're not going to do anything to me. These people are murderers. These people are murderers. I'm sick and tired of hearing your lies when you machine gunned a bunch of men, women, and children. You got a big problem, buddy. You sit over here. I'm not afraid of you guys. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I'm sick of it. You sit over here and you talk about how the children huddled in the corner and how the ammunition that they had is what killed them, all the rest of your garbage. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You don't stand up for the Constitution. You stand for zip, not a zero. You have no calm aplomb. It's false, my friend. And let me tell you, a lot of people are writing down your names. You can follow people around. You can harass people. You can back up your bankster buddies. But a revolution of peaceful information's coming, and when it comes time, you people are going to be brought to punishment. You understand? Just like Nuremberg. Just taking orders doesn't cut it, my friend. You understand me?
I think I've assessed you.
Yeah, oh, you've assessed me. Listen, you can sit there and say some kind of little joke. All your textbook garbage, my friend. I got people like General Parton, ex-head of Air Force Weapons Development. We know the federal government destroyed Oklahoma. It's proven. We know what you guys are engaged in, just like Hitler burnt the Reichstag. We know you brought Nazis over here through the rat line to set up our CIA after the OSS. So you can't sit here. You can assess me all day. I want you to assess me. I've assessed you, a smiley-faced slime ball that sits here and soft pedals and tries to placate the media. Waco Rules of Engagement shows your agents machine gunning men, women, and children as they tried to exit. One of the inventors of flare technology, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, is on that documentary. He is of the establishment. Didn't you hear what I said?
If I had heard
No.
you, I would have to ask the question. Well,
Yeah, but we don't need this type of placating, somebody coming in and saying, oh, I'm so sorry that we did this. We don't need that. We need indictments. Then you need to go and you need to call for indictments of Janet Reno. Okay. Are you calling for an indictment of Janet Reno? Herman Goering and Drag.
No.
Are you? Oh, so you're not calling for Herman Goering and Drag.
What about the people who ran the tanks through this place?
Yeah. Well, here you have it right here. We're told that the bunker was here where the children cowered, where they drove directly in with the tank and pumped in the CS gas in point-blank range, and then they pushed all the rubble over there. So the bunker was somewhere over in this area. This is just more a big brother, and we just went over there to one of the FBI negotiators who's now over here soft-pedaling things.
And not calling for indictments.
And he's not calling for indictments of Reno. Herman Goering and Drag. You know, all these slaves are going to get what they ask for. The IRS bending people over all day and all night. It's a real pleasure to stand up to Big Brother and all his slimy cronies. Let's get out of here. Here with Bonnie Haldeman, David Koresh's mother. You know, I've seen you here today and talked to you some. You seem like a really gentle, nice woman. And that makes me think even more so that all the stories we heard in the controlled media were lies about your son.
They were lies. They were lies. Because he was a kind, gentle person too. Loved people, and his main goal in life was to help, save people's souls. And he didn't like anybody to be unkind to anybody else.
And he also told the BATF to come on over 2 weeks before.
He did. He told them several times to come out. They were in the gun shop one day and found out that they were there asking about him, and he said, tell them to come on over.
The sheriff knew him.
Sheriff Harwell knew him. And
the sheriff of this county said that he was a good guy and wasn't bothering anybody, and that this was a good community out here.
He had come out here many times, just in and talked to David, and Sheriff Harwell told me last year, he said, I'm sorry, Bonnie, what happened, if anything I can do for you.
Well, there you have it. Attorney generals, sheriffs here in Waco, the sheriff here in Waco. It just goes on and on. FBI crime lab chiefs. What more do you need? The documentation is there. What would you say to the public in Austin, Texas, if there's just a few statements that you want to make to them about how they can avert this type of tragedy happening in the future?
How can they avert it? Well, we need to stand up for what we know is right and to demand that investigations be done on what happened.